What's up, you guys? Welcome back to my channel. So for today's video, we're going to be doing a get ready with me. I'm actually getting ready. We're going to go see a stand-up comedian. His name is Gabriel Fluffy. I never remember the man's last name. I have no idea what his last name is, but I'm super excited to go, and I just thought I would get on here and film my makeup look with you guys. So I'm going to start off with the new Natasha Denona. This is the Hyper Natural Face Palette. And I'm going to start off by going into these two shades. And I'm just going to start putting those in the crease and working that up to the brow. I already did my brows. I used the NYX brow pen. And I also primed the lids with the Juvia's Place primer in shade 2. I absolutely love using these bronzer shades on the crease. Okay, so now I'm going to switch over to this palette. I'm going to use the P. Louise Hocus Pocus Regain Focus palette. This is the cutest little palette. And I'm actually going to be using this black and this green shade today. I'm trying to match my shirt. So I'm just starting off with the black shade. This shade is called Dark Soul. I'm just going to keep this on the outer corner. Same thing for this side. Now I'm going to switch brushes and I'm going to go into this shade right here, which is called In the Shadows, and I'm going to start using that to buff out the black shade. And of course I will work that over into the transition area. Same thing for this side, just starting to work out that black shade. I'm just working it over just to deepen up that crease. So now that I got that shade built up, I'm going back in with the Natasha Denona first two colors. And I'm just going to start blending out that darker shade. Okay, so going back in with that black brush. Going back in with that In the Shadows shade. That's like a darker green shade. Just blending and buffing out. Just going back and forth with that black and green shade. I feel like that's looking pretty good and buffed out. So now switching brushes, and I'm going to go into this shimmer shade. This is called Shapeshifter. Such a pretty olive green shimmer. It matches my shirt like perfectly. Same thing for this side, just adding this to the front part of that lid, blending over top that black. I love how it's meshing in with that black shade. P. Louise has some really good shadow formulas. So pretty. Okay, so switching brushes, going back in with that darker green shade, just so I can buff over that shimmer a little, get everything nice and blended. Just gonna go back in with a little more black just to blend the two together. Same thing for this side. Going back in with a little bit more of that bronzer from Natasha Denona just to buff everything out one more time. So now I'm just going to clean up under the eye with a makeup wipe. And I'm also going to take a little bit of this shade out of the Natasha Denona palette and just tap over top of that green, just to add a little more like sparkle and shimmer to it. So I'm just going to flip this brush over and use a brush just to kind of get on that inner corner a little. And that's so pretty. It just lightened it up just a little, but gave it that extra glittery shine. Oh, I love that. That is so pretty. Go back and wipe one more time. Okay, so I actually have a set of these Lily lashes that I'm going to use today. I've never used these, so they need to be cut, but probably just a little. I'm just using the Kiss Lash Adhesive. I'm gonna go in and prep the skin while I'm waiting on the lash glue to dry. Still just using the Mirabella serum. Going in with a little bit of this P. Louise Repair from 2022 moisturizer. Now I'm going to go in with a little bit of this Urban Decay 24/7 black eyeliner. For primer, I'm going to use this Glassy from Touch in Sol. I used this the other day in one of my videos and absolutely loved the way it made my makeup look. So smoothing. And it really does just make your skin look like so glassy. I'm going to go in and apply the lashes. I got lashes applied. I'm going to go in with a little bit of the e.l.f. CC cream. This is the original. Just going to put it on my redness. Spread it around. I didn't use a lot. I just want to use a little bit. just to get a nice even base because I want to go in with the Haus Labs on top. Now I have the Haus Labs. I am going to go in on top of this e.l.f. foundation. I have loved this as like a topper to all my foundations. I love the way that this makes my skin look. It gives you a very skin-like look. I just don't love that it doesn't have enough coverage for me. So I just like to go in with the foundation and put this on top, just because I like my redness to be covered. And I just absolutely love the way that makes the skin look. I think it just looks so hydrated, so healthy. If you're somebody that doesn't need a lot of coverage, this is a really good foundation. It looks beautiful on the skin. For cream bronzer, I'm going in with this one from P. Louise. Just gonna blend it out. This is also a P. Louise brush. This is the F33 and I think it just works beautiful for bronzer. Just gonna go around the edges with my beauty sponge. For cream blush, I'm gonna go in with the new Patrick Ta blush. I love this color. It's so natural. It goes with any eye look. You already know, Fenty concealer. I love this concealer. Really love to blend it out with a brush. I got mine in the shade 185C. Blend it down into the top of the blush. Okay, to set everything, I got this new Givenchy powder. I got mine in the shade 3, which is supposed to be for light skin. I wasn't gonna use this yet. I was gonna save this, but I'm just gonna go ahead and test it out, which makes me kind of nervous. I usually don't like to test out new stuff when I'm going out somewhere, but this is supposed to be like the greatest powder. So we're gonna test her out. Just dumped a little into the lid because it does come in 4 different shades. So it's like a couple of different shades of pink, peach in here. It does come with its own little powder puff, but I'm just going to use one of my black ones that I have. I'm just going to pick a little up and go in and set under the eye. It does look like so smooth under the eye with that powder. I mean, it looks like flawless filter. I love that. It looks so good. Same thing for this side. Just gonna go under and set. I mean, look at how beautiful that looks. Just putting a little on the brush and going around and setting the rest of the face. So far that is looking really pretty under the eye. For bronzer, going into Natasha Denona, going to mix all 3 shades and just bronze up the skin. I love this bronzer. Looks so smooth on the skin. Going into the Patrick Ta blush and just adding that on top. I mean, oh, isn't that gorgeous? I love that. Color is so pretty. And that's in the shade Not Too Much, if I didn't mention that already. So let's go in and finish the eyes. I'm gonna go into the black shade. Smoke out the bottom lash line. So to highlight the brow bone, I'm going to use this IBY highlighter. I used this the other day in my video and absolutely loved it. So pretty. I'm also going to use it on the inner corner. And of course, I'm going to use it for my highlighter as well. I mean, it is just such a pretty highlighter. Love how this look is coming together. It's looking so good. So I am going to go back in with the blush brush and just blend out a little. So for lips, going in with the e.l.f. Dark Brown Lip Liner. Going in with the Maybelline More Blonde Lipstick. Now I'm going to take my little NYX concealer and I'm going to just put a little bit on my finger and tap the center. Then I'm just going to go back in with the liner. On the bottom lashes, I'm going to use the e.l.f. Lash and Roll Mascara. Going in with a little bit of brow gel from Oma Beauty. Okay, so for setting spray, I'm going to use the Charlotte Tilbury setting spray. I am going to let this completely dry. Now I'm going to go in with my One Size On Till Dawn setting spray. I like to use this one because it gives your skin a nice glow, but I really love this one because your makeup stays in place, doesn't move, doesn't transfer. So these two combined together are like my new favorites. This is the completed look. Thank you so much for hanging out with me, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!